I am just recovering from a cold right now, so pardon if my voice sounds a little scratchy or my nose sounds a little stuffy and I sound like a duck most of the way through this video. aka Total Makeup Junkie 101, and welcome back to Holiday Review Extravaganza on my channel. Today we are going to be talking about a palette that I wasn't expecting to get my hands on for a little while, and I'm actually really happy I can do a video before the official release date on it. This is the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. This palette retails for $59 and it is an Ulta exclusive palette. So if you want this palette, Ulta is supposed to officially release it on October 4th. If you guys happen to be watching this video the day it is uploaded, which is Saturday, October 3rd, definitely know that some Ulta stores already have this palette in stock and they're already selling it. And that is how I was able to get my hands on this palette. Just on a whim, I called my local Ulta store and asked if they had it. They said they did. I asked if they would sell it to me. The guy said that, yeah, you can come in right now and buy it. And I was like, I will be there in 20 minutes. But if you don't have an Ulta store near you, I know that Ulta.com will be stocking it for the first time on October 4th morning. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. I was particularly interested in getting my hands on this palette because last year's version, the original Mega Pro, sold out so quickly. It was so difficult to get your hands on that puppy, and I'm really hoping that Lorac stocked this well enough in Ulta. So starting off with the packaging of the palette, this is what it looks like. It comes in the same rubbery material as the original Pro palette, Pro 2, and the Mega Pro that came out last holiday season. Same overall packaging layout, but this one is in a pretty like cobalt blue color. Just as an FYI, if you are looking for this product in stores, this is what the box looks like. It looks a lot fatter than the actual palette. When you open the palette up, you do get a nice big mirror at the top. And then these are all of the shadows you are getting inside. It does have the exact same layout as last year's Mega Pro palette. You have 4 different rows of 8 shadows apiece. You have the top 2 rows that are matte, the bottom 2 rows that have metallic or shimmery finish shadows. Total, you are getting 32 different colors in this palette. Overall, just looking at the shade variety of this palette, especially compared to last year's Mega Pro palette, which I will be doing a side-by-side look in a bit so you guys can see what they look like directly next to each other. But the overall shade tones are definitely much cooler. And despite the range being a lot cooler in tone, I do think it would still flatter someone with a tan skin tone. I can definitely see me gravitating towards a lot of these different colors. In terms of quality of the shadows, they are all the exact same quality that you would expect from a Lorac Pro formulated eyeshadow. The mattes are incredibly silky, soft, smooth, buttery, but they do provide a lot of fallout and a lot of kick up when you put your brush in the pan because they are so finely milled. These shimmers are definitely my preferred formula in terms of the Pro shadows. I love the mattes as well, but the shimmers are so pigmented. A little bit goes a really long way. If you try to load up your brush, you will get a lot of fallout and once again, a lot of product kick up. Just keep in mind that a little bit goes a very long way. Now, before I do a direct comparison of this new Mega Pro 2 palette next to the original Mega Pro from last holiday season, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into swatches of this entire palette so you guys can see how the colors swatch against my skin tone. We're gonna go ahead and start off the swatches with the top row of the palette. This is an all matte row. First up, we have Porcelain, which is a very light, creamy white. Custard is another light, slightly yellow toned highlight color. Tawny is a warm-toned medium brown. Burlap is very similar to Tawny, but this one is another kind of dirty medium brown. Melon is a light melony peachy color. Tangerine is a nice warm rusty brown. Saddle is a dark gray toned brown. And Forest is a very, very dark matte emerald green. Now we're gonna jump into the second row of the palette, which once again is an all matte row. First off, we have Bisque, which is a very, very light, true creamy white color. Lavender is a light, pale lavender purple. Purple is a true medium royal purple. Sorbet is a light to medium brownish color. Goji is a medium rusty reddish brown color. Cabernet is a deep chocolate cocoa brown. Ash is a medium to dark charcoal gray, and black is your true matte black. Now jumping into swatches of the third palette, which is the first shimmery or metallic row. Sugar is a pearly metallic yellow toned white color. Chiffon is a slightly pearlized pinky toned beige. Prosecco is a very, very metallic champagne color. Soft Plum is a slightly pearlized, very light taupe color. Cinnamon is a medium bronzy copper. Sandstone is a medium taupey pewter color. Gunmetal is a medium to dark gunmetal gray. And Blue Quartz is a medium to dark cobalt blue. And finishing up the palette with the last row of shimmers or metallics. First off, we have Moonlight, which is a very, very light golden toned white color. Seashell is a true seashelly beige color. Peony is a light rose gold. Dark Sienna is a medium to dark cocoa chocolate brown. Penny is kind of a coppery gold with a dirty green undertone. Olivine is a slightly greenish, mainly pewter silver color. Gold Leaf is a true yellowed gold, and Black Ivy is a black base with slight green sparkle. So those were all of the colors in the new Mega Pro 2 palette swatched out for you. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick side-by-side look at how it compares to the original Mega Pro palette. So here you can see both of those palettes side by side. Over here we have the original Mega Pro, and then over here we have the new Mega Pro 2 palette. The main difference I would have to say between the two palettes is that the Mega Pro 2 definitely has a lot cooler colors. Another thing I definitely want to point out, which is something I mentioned as a con when I did this review on the original Mega Pro palette, is that I felt like there were a lot of very, very light colors, especially if you look at this half of the palette right here. A lot of the colors just seem to be very, very similar to one another. And it just didn't make sense to me to have 32 colors, half of which look just like the other half. Now in this new Mega Pro 2, I definitely like that there are more darker and more mid-tone colors. Only these two rows here seem to be very, very light, but everything else seems to be a good transition color or a good darkening up color. You have a lot of nice variety of lid shades without feeling like you have 18 highlight colors. Now another thing I definitely wanted to note about this palette, which may or may not be a deal breaker for you, is that you are only getting 12.8 grams of product in this entire palette, and that is between all 32 shadows. Whereas in the original Mega Pro palette, the palette that looks to be the exact same size, same width, everything the same, this palette came with 17.6 grams, which means you are practically getting 5 grams less of product in this new palette. So while you're still getting the same amount of colors total, you're getting less in each pan. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now my overall conclusion on this palette, and the thing I know that everybody wants to know, Lorac Mega Pro 2, or the original. I know this isn't accessible anymore, but for those of you who missed out on the original Mega Pro, is this a replacement? No, but personally, I do prefer this new one over the original Mega Pro. And I'm not just saying that to put your guys' minds at rest, especially those of you who were not lucky enough to get one of these. Personally, I like this one better. While yes, you do get a significantly less amount of product, which if that bothers you, definitely keep that in mind. But the color variety is much better than the original, especially for a tan skinned girl. A lot of those colors in that other palette look very, very similar once applied, but most of these you can definitely tell a difference color to color. So would I recommend this palette? Yes. I very, very much would recommend it. And if you can get your hands on it, definitely do. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus video that is a part of holiday review extravaganza. If you guys are new to my channel or haven't checked out my other holiday review extravaganza videos, I have been reviewing tons of new holiday sets and palettes, and all of those videos are all compiled in a nice little playlist for you guys. So definitely check out that playlist. It is the first link in the description box down below. Be sure to send that playlist link over to your friends and your family and let them know if this product is on your holiday wish list. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys on my next video on Monday. I will see you then. Bye! Right in the pan, and some people may think, oh, they definitely won't come across like that on my skin. They will. What the outer packaging of the actual palette itself looks like, and I don't know how well you can tell on camera.